Have you ever shown a smile to someone, while deep inside your chest felt like it was tied in a knot? Maybe you told your family, "I am fine," even though your mind was full of things you had to do. Perhaps you laughed at lunch with your friends from work, but your stomach felt heavy with worry. Or maybe you lay awake at 3 in the morning, very tired, but unable to stop thinking. Everyone around you sees a person who handles everything, but inside, you are slowly breaking apart. If this sounds like you, then this story is for you. Because once, there was a man who carried stress like a sickness, until a quiet talk in a surprising place taught him something new. This lesson changed how he lived forever. Stay with me until the very end. In a city that was never quiet lived a man named Julian. He was 34 years old. Julian was a project manager at a company that built things. He looked after plans, money, and many teams of people. His phone rang from 6 in the morning until 11 at night. His email never had 0 messages. His calendar had no free space. To others, Julian looked like a man who had everything under control. He was promoted 2 times in 3 years. His boss called him the best helper in the company. Customers trusted him. His co-workers relied on him. But no one saw what happened when he got home. Every night, Julian walked into his small apartment. He dropped his bag near the door and sat on the couch without turning on the lights. Most nights, he did not eat dinner. He just sat there, looking at nothing. He felt the weight of the next day already pushing down on him. His hands shook sometimes, not because it was cold, but from the fear he carried inside his body all day. He had headaches that started on Monday and stayed until Friday. His jaw hurt from holding it tight during meetings. He slept 5 hours a night, sometimes only 4. Even his sleep was light and full of worry. His younger sister would call him every Sunday. "Julian, you sound tired. When did you last take a day off?" He would answer, "I cannot. Too many people need me. If I stop, everything will fall apart." She would become quiet. Then she would whisper, "But what about you? Who takes care of you?" He never had an answer. The truth was, Julian did not know how to live without feeling stressed. He wore it like a shield. He thought that if he was not worried, he was not working hard enough. If he was not troubled, he was not being a good leader. Being relaxed felt like being lazy. Being happy felt like something only others could have. People with easier jobs, fewer bills, smaller duties. He once told a friend, "I will be happy when this project finishes." But when that project ended, another one began, and then another. The happiness he kept promising himself never came. One thought stayed with him late at night. Is this all life is? Just getting through one hard day after another until I break? One Thursday afternoon, during an important meeting with a client, Julian felt something new. A sharp pain shot through his left arm. His eyes became blurry. The room seemed to turn. He held the edge of the large table and made himself finish what he was saying. But his body had had enough. He excused himself. He walked to the hall and fell against the wall. A coworker found him looking pale and sweating. An ambulance was called. At the hospital, the doctor ran many tests. Hours passed. Julian lay on the bed, looking at the ceiling, full of fear. The doctor came back. "Your heart is fine, no damage, but your blood pressure is very high. Your stress levels are through the roof. Your body is in a state of constant worry." Julian breathed out slowly. "So, I am okay?" The doctor sat down. You are not okay. You are 34 years old with the signs of a man 20 years older. Your body is shouting at you. If you keep living this way, the next time might not be a warning. It might be real. That night, alone in his apartment, Julian did something he had not done in years. He cried. Not because of the hospital, and not because of the doctor's words, but because he realized something scary. He could not remember the last time he felt truly happy. Not just relieved or proud or pleased after finishing a task, but actually happy. He had been just surviving, not living. He whispered to himself, quote 8. The next morning, his sister called. She had heard about the hospital visit. Her voice was strong but kind. Julian started to argue, but his body hurt. His chest still felt tight. For the first time, he did not fight back, he said. On Saturday morning, Julian drove for 2 hours. He went to a small town. The workshop was in a simple community hall. There were no fancy things, no stage, just a circle of chairs and about 15 people. The man leading it was old, maybe 60 years old. He had silver hair and a calm way about him. He moved slowly. It was as if time did not bother him. He had been a high school teacher for 35 years. Then he stopped working. Now he gave his weekends to help people with stress. He looked at the group. Quote 12, quote, he said. Quote 13, quote. Every hand went up. Julian's too. The old teacher smiled. Quote 14, quote. He picked up a glass of water. It was about half full. Quote 15, he asked. Someone said, quote 16, quote 17, the teacher said. Quote 18. He looked at Julian. It was like he knew Julian's story already. The glass did not get heavier. I just never put it down. He placed the glass on the table. That is what you do with your problems. The trouble is not that your life is hard. The trouble is that you never set the weight down. You carry it to dinner. You carry it to bed. You carry it into your weekends, your friends, your sleep. Then you wonder why your body is breaking. Happiness when you have problems, he went on, is not about taking problems away. You cannot do that. Life will always bring dates you must meet, troubles, and people who need you. Happiness when you have problems is about learning to put the glass down, even for a few minutes, every single day. He held up 3 fingers. There are 3 simple things to do. If you do them truly, they will change how you live. Thing 1, the 5-minute stop. Once a day, not once a week, but once a day, you stop everything. You sit down. You close your eyes. You breathe slowly. For 5 minutes. No phone, no music, no thinking about work. Just breathing. This is not for holy men. This is to care for your nerves. You brush your teeth daily to stop ruin. This stops your mind from being ruined. Thing 2, name the weight. Every night before bed, say out loud what troubles you. Not in your head, say it out loud. Say, I am worried about the deadline on Monday. I am worried my boss is unhappy. I am afraid I am failing my family. When you say it out loud, you move it from your body into words. Words can be looked at. Pains kept inside your body become sickness. Thing 3, one joy that costs nothing. Every single day, do one thing that makes you happy. It must have nothing to do with work. Walk outside for 10 minutes. Watch the birds. Listen to a song you liked when you were young. Call a friend just to talk. Drink your coffee slowly instead of drinking it fast. You have taught yourself to believe every minute must be useful. That idea is killing you. Julian sat very still. Something was changing inside him. Not a big shake, more like a door opening that had been shut for years. The teacher looked at the group. Problems are not your enemy. How you deal with problems is your enemy. You can carry the glass and put it down. Carry and put down. That rhythm. That is how you stay happy, even when the world stays hard. Julian wrote 3 words in his notebook. Pause. Name. Joy. On Monday morning, Julian went back to work. The same deadlines were there, the same emails came in, nothing outside had changed. But Julian tried something new. At noon, he closed his office door. He set a timer for 5 minutes. He sat still. It felt silly. His mind yelled about tasks. His leg kept moving. He wanted to check his phone. But he kept his eyes closed and breathed. The first day, 5 minutes felt like 30. The second day, it felt like 20. By Friday, a small thing happened. When the timer went off, he did not jump up right away. He sat for 1 extra minute, not because he had to, but because he wanted to. That evening, he tried thing 2. He stood in his kitchen. He said out loud, "I am afraid this project will fail, and I will get blamed." The words hung in the air. Somehow, hearing them made them smaller, not gone, but easier to handle. By the 3rd week, Julian saw changes he did not expect. His head hurt less often. His jaw was not tight during meetings. He slept 6 hours instead of 4, and his sleep was deeper. One afternoon, a big problem happened at work. A supplier missed a deadline. The client was very angry. His team was scared. Julian felt the usual rush of stress, the tightness in his chest, the fast thoughts. He did not act like a machine. He simply stopped everything. He took 3 deep breaths, in and out. In and out. In and out. Then he spoke very calmly and clearly. He gave tasks to his team. He called the client. He took care of the problem. He worked just as hard, but he did not feel as much pain. His coworker looked at him later. "How did you stay so calm? I was going crazy." Julian smiled. He said, "I am learning to put the glass down." By the 2nd month, Julian added a 10-minute walk after lunch. Every day. No phone. No music to listen to. Just walking. He looked at the sky, the trees, the air. He started calling his sister on weekday evenings, not only on Sundays. They talked about simple things, old childhood memories, funny stories. She laughed. He laughed. Real laughter, not fake work laughter. His team noticed something different. Julian was still firm, still smart, still the most dependable person in the company. But he was different. He was not wild or rushed anymore. He was steady. One young team member told him, "You are the only boss who does not make me nervous. You are calm even when things go wrong." Julian understood something big. Being calm did not make him weak. It made everyone around him stronger. 2 months after the class, Julian drove back to that small town. He found the old teacher in his garden. He was watering plants. "I came to say thank you," Julian said. "I still have stress. My job did not change. My work dates did not go away. But I am different," he added. "For the first time in many years, I feel like I am truly living, not just staying alive." The old teacher smiled. He gave Julian the watering can. "Good," he said. "Now help me water these tomatoes." Slowly, no rush. Julian laughed. A true, full laugh. And he watered the tomatoes. Slowly, with no other place to be. My friend, Julian's story is not about getting away from stress. It is about changing how you deal with it. Here is what most people misunderstand. They think happiness is only found after their problems are gone. I will be happy when this is over. I will relax when things are calm. I will enjoy life after I finish this. But life never gets calm. There is always another work date, another bill, another problem. If you wait for stress to disappear, you will wait forever. Happiness is not when there is no stress. Happiness is being able to breathe even when under stress. So here is your challenge, the same one Julian got. First, tomorrow, find 5 quiet minutes. Not after all your work is done, but right in the middle of your busy day. Close your eyes. Breathe. Let your body remember what quiet feels like. Second, tonight, before bed, say out loud what is bothering you. Give your stress a voice. You will be surprised at how much lighter you feel when the weight has a name. Third, tomorrow, do one thing that is not about working hard. Not as a reward for finishing work, but just because you deserve a calm moment in a normal day. You do not need to leave your job. You do not need a break. You do not need your life to become easier. You just need to learn to put the glass down. Carry it when you must. Put it down when you can. That slow, gentle movement is the secret to being happy, even with stress. Julian did not change his job. He did not move to the country. He did not meditate on a mountain. He just learned 3 small habits and did them every day. And those small habits saved his life. If stress is weighing you down right now, know this: you are not weak. You are human. And humans were never meant to hold the glass forever. If this story touched something inside you, now share it with someone who carries too much and never puts it down. A friend, a parent, a coworker who always says, "I am fine," but is not. Sometimes the right story at the right time can change everything. And if you want more stories like this, stories that help you live better, not just work harder, subscribe to this channel. I will be back with another lesson wrapped in a story. Remember, the glass did not get heavier. You just forgot to put it down. Put it down tonight, and tomorrow, carry it a little differently. Your peace does not depend on the world becoming quieter. It depends on you learning to be still inside the noise.